Yeah. Yep. 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 Yeah. This is a good morning. Good. Yeah. This is pre-recorded, so ignore me. I'm not really here. Pre-recorded. Deal with it. You want to see a little? How about we play this? How about we play this and then just fade off into the.
Trump was born in the trailer park. He'd have a big old dog with a big old bark and a little bite and a single wide. And he'd tell everybody it's a double. He'd have a Stormy Daniels shelter in case the nails cause some trouble. His Tom was born in the trailer park. He'd drive his daddy's old Trans Am. Say he earned it with hard work. And he'd have a Chevy up on blocks, bragging about how he had a big engine. He'd wear a Dale Earnhardt t-shirt, but he'd trade a Tony Stewart. Trailer park. He'd tell all his neighbors he met, and if they pissed him off, he'd nark. And if anybody called him a wussy, well, he'd jump right by the neck. Tell them all to hush and write him a fat, bouncy check. His chum was born in the trailer park, but he'd run for supervisor. All because some silly remarks, and he'd lose the vote, not give a damn, run over the battle with his dad Trans Am. His chum was born in the trailer park.
That was Hell's Wells album, Jesse Wells. He's also on YouTube, Jesse Wells. He's got some really good music. He kind of reminds me of a modern day Bob Dylan, very young Bob Dylan. Anyway, yeah, I don't know what day I'm releasing this, but I'm not really here. Who knows? Let's see how it goes. Let's make fun of some generally specific. Hey, it's what is today? July 16th, Wednesday? Yeah. July 16th, 2025. Maybe it's the 17th? I forget what day it is. Look down at the bottom of my at the thing there. It should have the timestamp. 11:08 on the dash cam, 11:06 on the car clock. Did a short this morning on the way out. Those shorts, they're a little time-consuming throwing together when you do them right.
The Shadow Finkel, formerly known as the Finkel Dunking Show, is shadow banned on YouTube. I changed the name to Shadow Finkel to dunk on YouTube on the sly, you know. If you watch something on Shadow Finkel, I'm putting this on both channels, it's because you know me and you know to look for new releases, or someone shared it with you and said something like, check this out, or you randomly came across it while doom scrolling, unless the shadow ban's over, I don't know. You did not get this from the algorithm. The former Dunking Show, which is now Shadow Finkel, is a burner channel. And I'm using it to experiment in hopes of finding out how to break through the shadow ban or learn how long a shadow ban lasts. I don't know how long do these things last. Part of determining how to break a shadow ban and how long they last, you might notice that I'm audibly marking timestamps. You know, things like when people chat something or what time I'm starting, what time I'm finishing, maybe a key point or two in the middle. But last night, there was an additional reason for the shadow banning. Not shadow banning. I'm sorry, getting all tongue tied. I'm kind of in a hurry. You see, the guy who lies, his feet stink, and does not love Jesus, yes, generally specific, reportedly made a few claims last night, and they're weird. First, he reportedly claimed, matter-of-factly, not allegedly in Minecraft, that I put one of my videos on members only. I'm not monetized. I can't put something behind members only. I can delete, I can move to unlisted, I can move to private, I can edit in place, a very sucky editing in place, so yeah, I don't know. Also, he reportedly claimed that I was watching. My timestamps last night demonstrate that I was not watching. I was doing a live stream while he was watching. I got a tip via text that he said that. I'll go back and watch it later just to find out. By the way, if you didn't say that, I apologize. I'm going off reports. Go ahead and compare his words with my audible timestamps, and you'll see that I was live at the same time he was live. And actually, I was doing a show on something completely else. Not related to timestamps, but related to time. When I was allegedly in members only. He said, that's all right, I was done anyway. I'm moving on to something else. Then he found a working copy, which I wonder if he was just preferred watching me himself instead of just watching me. He wanted to watch him watch me because he's just so in love with himself. He's got that kind of ego. That was bullshit. It's still there. Now it's 9:54 a.m. on the 16th. I'll end the recording. And
I paid Generally Specific on Subpar Gaming a little visit. Let him know I dropped some knowledge. And just like always, he's the pigeon chess player. Yes, when you play chess with a pigeon, what they do is they knock the pieces around, they shit on the board, and they strut around like they won. I went over to the Subpar Gaming channel because I saw this live, and I dropped the knowledge that I did a mic drop of knowledge in the short right before that. And it's funny, while it was still at 0 views, one of his chatters, one of the former Michael Kaiser sycophants, claimed we already watched it. Nah, you didn't. Because when you watch it, the view count goes up to 1. And somebody else watches, it goes up to 2. At 11:07 a.m., I don't know what the view count is now. That doesn't matter. But yeah, the last night, Generally Specific did a StreamYard, a live stream. I don't know if he uses StreamYard or what. And I got texts. I wish you guys would stop texting me when he's talking about me, but he was talking about me. Apparently, I'm still getting free rental space in his head. Okay. Cover a few things. He claims I am a watcher. I don't know how to prove or disprove whether or not I'm watching live, but as you saw today on the Subpar Gaming, when I'm on and he's live, I drop a comment. If I like you, I drop a comment of support. If I don't like you, I drop a comment explaining shit to you. And of course, he did that pigeon chess thing. He's so cute when he's mad. Let me think. Well, yeah, when I get home, I'll see if I can pull that up and drop it in there. Let me see. When I got home and when I got around to putting some of this together, and I saw myself say that I was going to put it up, something else I noticed something. I didn't notice this right away, but notice where his cursor is. This is the darker cursor. I'm going to wiggle my white cursor so you can see which one's mine and which one is his. What kind of sick prepubescent mind in his 50s does this? Let me know if you see what I'm seeing. It's a cartoon image. It's not a real person. But where's that mouse keep wiggling over? While he's talking to me, what is he doing to this cartoon, man? GS, you are fucking weird, man. Subconscious, too. You don't even realize you're doing it. What else? Okay, so last night, when I wasn't watching him live, I was doing my own live. And I was dunking on him. Actually, I was trying to explain tariffs again while using him as an example, the rubber dog shit thing. I got text that explained that he thought I was watching, that he ran into some kind of problem watching my video, stream sniping my video, which I don't mind. People can do that. I have always announced that I am not monetized, and I have always told people, hey, you're free to use anything from my channel that you wish. I don't copyright anything. Sometimes, warning, sometimes I use copyrighted material, and I get a little more leeway because I'm not monetized. I have no problem with you reusing anything I use. If I use something copyrighted and you're monetized, beware that you might get demonetized for that video because I do use copyrighted material. For example, last night in the example I used a snip from a movie called Top Gun. The whole thing about the flying rubber dog poop out of Hong Kong. That might be a demonetization copyright. I'm not sure. I don't care because I'm not monetized. And by the way, when you're not monetized, you cannot put something behind members only. When something's behind members only, the viewer gets a green star in the green words, members only. And if they're not a member and they click on that, I forget what the error message is. There's a lot of folks that I'm not members of, and I've seen that. But it's distinctly different than, say, you can't, it is privatized or deleted. Video is no longer available. There's many ways to articulate it. I'm not sure.
I love it. Good, because I was getting ready to move on. What happened? What happened, Finkel? Finkelstein? Finkelstein? Oh, I wonder what he said about me. That shit was boring as hell anyway. All right, here we go. Oh, well, I think he just, I think he put it members only. I wonder if I'm a member. Oh, he put it members only. Okay.
All right. When he first realized something was up, he said, I think. But as he checked a little bit closer, he said it very matter-of-factly. Oh, he put it in members only. Let me see. Just Cause Flower Powder says, thought you weren't watching, Finky. Yeah, it means me. Just Cause Flower Power, that's one of those Michael Kaiser murderer lovers. When did I say I wasn't going to watch this episode? When do you think I watched it? Oh, you think I was watching it when it went down? All right. Let us take a look-see-boo at David Finkel. That's me. Lives. Let me see. I did one 21 hours ago. One more time, import tax. That's not the one he's talking about. He's talking about a Palantir audit review. Okay, allegedly in Minecraft, I put that behind members only when I am not monetized. All right, let's get back to it. So yeah, after my live stream, I did go ahead and watch his bullshit. Crazy thing. He claimed when he ran into whatever technical glitch and blamed it on members only, that's okay. I was almost done anyway. Kind of like when Andrew Wilson coped with not opening a pickle jar or an olive jar or whatever it was by saying, I can cock a rifle and he can't. Of course, we went over that too. So his cope mechanism for having some kind of glitch where he couldn't watch my video, share it, was that he was almost done anyway. He had shown everything he wanted to show, and he was about to move on to something else anyway. Well, he remembered that he'd already aired this on his other channel, and so he watched it for another 25 minutes. I have to recheck the time. Well over, I was almost done. At least 20, 25 minutes. I'm going off memory, so I'll clip that in there to show you how much longer he went after saying he was almost done anyway. Continued to take personal inventory, and when we were wrong, we promptly admitted it. I was wrong. This and a few other places in the last 24 hours I said inaccurately. Wasn't deceiving you, I just misunderstood. That he watched for another 25 minutes from his other channel. The reason I came to that belief is when I was texted about this, and I was live streaming, so I wasn't listening, I was just live streaming. I turned on the TV, put it on generally specific, and turned the volume all the way down, and I saw that he went from the interrupted video and moved on to replaying his own video from Subpar Gaming, and it was turned down. It turns out, when I went back over it this evening, the evening of the 16th, 10:40 p.m. as I record this. Oh, it's time to get to work, so I'm going to have to pause. But when I played it back, looking to see what he was saying about me previously recorded, it turns out he didn't go back to the video in question. He moved on to what he thinks, inaccurately, he was dog walking Sage Outcast. By the way, that's the guy's name. All day long, I couldn't remember the guy's name when I was out and about. Sage Outcast is the name. But yeah, so he didn't spend another 25 minutes on the interrupted video. Somewhere in there, he also claimed that I'm trying to utilize what's the guy's name? One of the call-in shows. He came on my channel. Oh shoot, I can't remember the guy's name. He has a call-in show, and he came on to my show to reciprocate because I'd been on his call-in show a few days before. He claims that I recruited this guy, generally specific claims that I recruited this guy to fight my battle against him.
Oh, he put it. Oh, but you know what? Hey, that's okay. You know what? Because it's on my channel. I love it. Hold on. I don't know if it is actually. Yeah, it is. Hold on. If you go to Subpar Gaming.
Oh, now I found it. This is why I thought he, one, had already seen it, and two, had already recorded it, and three, after claiming to be done with this and moving on to something else, it looks like he's looking for wherever he is, where he had it on Subpar Gaming. But that's not what I'm looking for right now.
How hard did you reach out to Sage Outcast? Did you donate to him to try to get him on your side? Because bagels think that they can just throw money at anyone and buy them. Enjoy your lazy day, MC. Is that what you do? You just throw super chats at people? You think you can buy them with that Soros money? Because that's what worked for you. That George Soros.
Turn the mute off, turn the mute off. Okay, yeah. MC McDilligaff. Dilligaff is Do I Look Like I Really Give a Fuck, or something like that. It's an old 1980s, 1990s a comedy song that Michael Kaiser, who spent so much time in jail, never really evolved with the rest of the world. So he used it a lot. And MC Dilligaff is one of his followers. And she never really evolved. I see the attraction. Michael Kaiser never got out of the house. Todd Bryant never gets out of the house. MC McDilligaff, or whatever the bitch's name is, never gets out of the fucking house. So these lonely hearts they've got this way of connecting through this thing called YouTube, and I guess it's wonderful. But you see the likeness, and all right, get back to the show, Finkel.
This money work for you, Finkel? So do you think you could just buy anyone else?
Somewhere in there, he also claimed that I'm trying to utilize what's the guy's name? One of the call-in shows. He came on my channel. Oh shoot, I can't remember the guy's name. He has a call-in show, and he came on to my show to reciprocate because I'd been on his call-in show a few days before. He claims that I recruited this guy. Generally Specific claims that I recruited this guy to fight my battle against him. And I'll pull the clip up too. When I found the call-in guy's channel and decided, oh, he's talking about something I want to opine on, I joined. Two things I was a little bit surprised to find out. One, he prefers dissenters to call in so he can debate, discuss, educate, whatever. We're like-minded politically. We're like-minded when it comes to things Trump. So I wasn't really giving him much for a debate, but that was okay. While I was there, I had no fucking idea. He mentioned that he'd recently been visited by a channel called Generally Specific. I'm like, oh my God. Unfortunately, when you do the call-in or you join the StreamYard, he keeps you in the background. You can hear my voice. But when he said Generally Specific, I'm like, oh shit.
Lady. Whoa.
Hey.
What?
You are not Kevin Costner.
True. Very true. That is 100%. I am not Kevin Costner. I did see a whole bunch of non-Kevin Costners asking for money, saying that, hey, donate money. I'm Kevin Costner. I can't wait to meet you. That's I guess that's the thing going on there. But I am not Kevin Costner, so I won't pretend. I will not.
This is my first direct contact with Sage Outcast. 6 days before I'm recording this, I don't know anything about him, but there seems to be a running joke about whether or not he's Kevin Costner or John Dutton. So being personable, I super chatted him because I see he's monetized. I do this to a lot of channels. I even do it. I've even done it to Generally Specific's channel before, and I hate his fucking guts. No, I was not trying to recruit Generally Specific against anybody else, and I'm not trying to recruit Sage Outcast against the paranoid, the victimized, the everyone's out to get me Generally Specific. But I super chatted him joking that I'm sending you this because they told me you're Kevin Costner. Just being personal and getting into the joke. At this point, I've never run into him before. I've never seen him before. I have no idea that he has recently had a run-in with, guess who? Generally Specific. But I'm going to find out here in a minute.
Break 19. Break. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
All right, what's going on? I already got a caller in. I even forgot to turn my phone on. What's going on? I'm not Kevin Costner.
I know, they corrected me. You're John Dutton.
I'm John Dutton. What's going on, brother?
You triggered me with Brazil because Brazil proves everything Trump's been saying about tariffs is a lie. Of course, everything Trump says is a lie.
Yeah. So you're not excited about paying because of Trump's statement that we're basically doing this because of the former president of Brazil who started a coup that had to run to America to hide, is now on trial, that we shouldn't pay tariffs for that? The American people shouldn't pay for that? Is that what you're trying to say? How dare you, sir?
Yeah, it had something to do with that. But all this time he's been telling us tariffs are to get manufacturing back in America.
Right.
To level the trade deficit.
Right.
2024, our trade with Brazil, we were in surplus of over $7 billion. So before he blamed it on the political situation, I knew this BS was a lie because this isn't the first round he tried with Brazil. In fact, he did the whole world there for a while.
Yeah.
It's BS. It has nothing to do with manufacturing. Has everything to do with his ego. You were talking about evil earlier.
Yeah.
Evil is ego. It's ego in its worst case. Yeah.
Well, and even
I wanted to put that.
Yeah. So, and even the fact that I brought on, now, are you a content creator?
I am. I'm not a good one. I'm not professional. It's all amateur. It's not monetized.
Well,
My stuff stinks.
Drop it in the private chat there before you get a chance. So even I spoke yesterday. I watched one of the other guys that comes here. Generally Specific came in and did a reaction video to my thing, which is fine. I don't mind.
Now I hear it because I remember my reaction. You can't see me on the screen, so I'm not sure if you heard it. I hear it because I know to listen for it because I remember how I reacted, and that was listen closely because I didn't know that yet again I run into a fellow YouTuber who has also had one of these run-ins with Generally Spastic.
Even I spoke yesterday. I watched one of the other guys that comes here. Generally Specific came in and did a reaction video to my thing, which is fine. I don't mind. Even I spoke yesterday. I watched one of the other guys that comes here. Generally Specific came in and did a reaction video to my thing, which is fine. I don't mind.
Because yeah, YouTube's not a huge community, but you run into the same people. It happens. But according to Generally Specific's paranoid mind, I want to recruit him against Generally Specific. Now, this call-in show's a pretty big channel. I'm a pretty small channel. I had no idea that he was going to come back. He came back a couple days later in my chat and said we should do a show together sometime. And I forgot. Yeah, we got to arrange a show. I suck at the from the hip discussions, really, because they kind of go over this. But yeah, I have a structured show, but we have not yet coordinated any details of that. It was just a general idea. And then, was it last night? Night before last night, he came. Oh yeah, when I was doing the audit review of Palantir. I went to Palantir the other day, and when I was reviewing the audit, he came up in my chat again. And when I was done with the audit review, I opened up the panel. Small channel. He was the only one who joined. And we had a little discussion, and I guess that's why Generally Specific thinks that I recruited this bigger channel to fight my battle. And I'm very clear when he came on that I had no idea he interacted with Generally Specific. And yeah, Finkel, the Finkel Dunking Show, Shadow Finkel, my circles had a lot of run-ins with Generally Specific, similar to this bullshit. And when I take time on Generally Specific, I debunk the fucker. And when I debunk the fucker, he acts like the pigeon on the chessboard, knocking the pieces over, shitting all over the place, and strutting around like he won. Yeah. Now, it works. It works for his audiences. I'm sorry, for his loyal audiences. That's not working very well. That's too much wind. Alright. Let's try that again. That's a good light. Okay. Oh! Yeah, I'll smoke that later. It's something else that just hit my mind, and I want to document it so I can review it later and opine on this. One of the things Generally Specific kept saying over and over again last night is that I'm about to be homeless. I know, I got wind blown here. I probably look like I'm homeless because my George Soros money is going to run out. I have a job. I have a job, and that's where I'm heading right now. Is to the office. I've been there, I think, 4 times since the pandemic. One, we thought the pandemic was ending, and we were returning everybody back to the office. That got scratched, and my group never got returned to the office. We're supposed to be returning to the office soon. In fact, the reason I've been called in today may have something to do with that. I don't know. And my exit's way over there. Come on. Let me in. All right. I was talking to y'all, and I forgot what I was doing. All right. Okay. Let me see. When we thought the pandemic zone ending, well, it did end, but I mean, we started setting up to be back at the office, and they decided, you know, the team that Finkel's on is much more effective working from home because these cubicles, they're loud, and I manage Bridget, so it never went there. Another time I went to the office was to Park to do some First Amendment auditing in the area. I wasn't auditing my company. I was doing that, but you know, parking is expensive in that area. So that's 2. 3 was to get a new ID badge, and 4 is today. What I'm going in for today, it's not really explained. Hey, maybe specifics right. Maybe I'm about to get fired. I don't think so. They didn't tell me to bring my laptop, my monitor, my headset, my work phone. So, yeah, I would think if I was getting fired, hey, we're going to have a special meeting, bring all your equipment, blah, blah, blah. On that note of soon to be unemployed, no, he said homeless. All right, a couple things. One is my house is, I don't get it, Fairfax County, is allegedly worth $600,000. If I suddenly found myself unemployed, I'd probably sell it and move to some cheap place like, I don't know, the Fort Knox area of Kentucky, where life is really, really cheap. 2 is, on my semi-annual review, it's just a couple weeks ago, it was announced that I am on the lifeboat list. It was announced to everyone. Finkel's on the lifeboat list. I'm like, what the fuck is the lifeboat list? It says, well, the company's going through changes, so the upper management asked us to create lifeboat lists, and they asked the same question: what's a lifeboat list? Apparently, a lifeboat list is if the company, and it's likely the company will go through a downsizing, a restructuring, and we have to let people go. A little scary for us, yeah. That is a possibility, but Finkel is on this list of people who managers and directors feel they cannot continue without. So if we have to cut 10%, 20%, 50%, 80%, Finkel's in that top 20% that we can't live without. I don't know how I deserve this, but this lifeboat list is selected by my manager, my director, and my vice president. So you'd have to be pretty high up, or Finkel would really have to fuck up big time to be laid off, or you have to lay off more than 80%. Allegedly, VP, director, manager, I'm on the lifeboat list. Direct supervisor, they're called supervisor, not called manager. They don't get to opine on the lifeboat list, which might be a good thing. I don't know. Okay, so yeah, I don't know why I'm going to the office today, except that I got the call, and that's why I was so hurried on my short. I'm like, come on, electrons move at the speed of light. Speed of light is what, 186,000 miles per second. How come it takes so long to load, to add text, to fit for the 9:16 instead of 16:9? The portrait instead of landscape. For some reason, I don't understand it. All right. I'm close enough to the office now where I'm going to cut this off, and I'll continue it maybe on the way home, or maybe I'll forget all about it and this will go nowhere. I do this a lot. Very rarely does it actually make YouTube, because This is how I multifunction. I have a job, I have charity work, I have service work for my sweetie's late sister. You might see the weed eater in the back, maintaining her yard and checking her mail, switching the lights and all that. So I'm very busy, so I don't have a lot of time to sit for 8, 10, 12 hours on YouTube and make shit up like Generally Specific does. So sometimes when I'm driving from point A to point B in my car, I make notes like this. Sometimes you guys get it, sometimes you don't. Sometimes I forget that I've recorded it, and later on, as my dash cam rolls over and starts recording the newest information over the oldest, it just gets lost. But this is kind of like, in the old 80s movies, they had the personal note takers. You just need a little cassette. Right now I'm passing the Metro bus stop and blah, blah, yeah. All right, I'm too close to the office now, so I'm going to cut you off now.
One eternity later.
Recording started.
And cervical cancer. Episode of her IMO podcast.
Wait, you guys like each other?
She assured her co-host sister.
Well, I just got fired. Well, technically it's not a firing, it's a restructuring, a reorganization. Alright, okay, I'm kidding. No, all right, oh, wait a minute, what's this? America has no king. Length matters. Oh, a Marine. I hope you're parked for over there, because if you parked over there, the new boss is going to see you, and he's not going to like that America has no kings, because he thinks America currently has a king. All right, no, still employed, not homeless, Generally Specific, not homeless, not yet, maybe tomorrow. Keep your fingers crossed, it can happen. It's been known. That was recorded on the 16th of July. It's the 17th of July, so when I speculated that maybe tomorrow, well, no, not tomorrow either. Maybe the 18th. Keep hoping, keep hoping. To happen. All right, now let's get turned around up in here. Okay, what was I talking about before the impromptu meeting? The recent live streams on Generally Specific. I can't remember the guy's name, the call-in show guy. Hey, dude, I'll splice it in when I remember your name. Your YouTube name. I don't recall it. All right, so I ran into his show, went up on his show because the topic was something that interests me. Found out that he's not really about the echo chamber thing. He's about dissenting opinions. He's a impromptu debater. I don't care much for debating because the professional. Let's take a famous debate: Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump. If you're rooting for Hillary, no matter who tells you what, Hillary won that debate. If you were rooting for Donald Trump, no matter who tells you what, you saw it as Trump won the debate. Nobody who watched that debate had their minds changed. I see a lot of debates, political debates, nowadays are saying no fact checking, no fact checking. Or he's got an earpiece in his ear and somebody's giving him facts. That's what I like about debates. Why not? Why not bring truth and accuracy to the debate? Why not take out the, well, I had a more forceful voice, or I told you, the specific audience, what you wanted to hear. Oh, this is new. Rise at the borough. This is what happens when we don't come to the office very much. Yeah, I'm more in favor of taking what someone says and doing a fact check, or if you already know it, explain the facts. Because so many debates, whether you rooted for Hillary or you rooted for Trump, both got things wrong, both got things right. And I guess as to who won, I guess if you bring it down to the election, popularity, Hillary won. Electorally, Donald Trump won. Who are we trying to convince? In America, popular votes don't really count. That's why all this bullshit that led up to the January 6th attack, I don't buy. That the election was stolen. Stop the steal. How it works is, in your respective state, you vote for who you want. That state legislator and that state's governor determine who won in that state. Most of the time, most states, most jurisdictions go off of their own popular vote. But the Constitution doesn't say they have to. The state legislators, state governors will pick their slate of electors, and the electors will elect the president or whoever your state's going for president. There's a lot of mixed feelings about the Electoral College. Where am I? Wow, this place is really built up. See what a few years of COVID and COVID recovery can do? Everything changes. So, if you attack the Capitol on January 6th, Doug Mastriano, you're full of shit, because it was your legislator, state of Pennsylvania, who picked the Biden electors. Did you do it by popular vote? Did you do it by however you want to do it? I mean, we all know it's done by popular vote. In Pennsylvania, the popular vote went for Biden, but they don't have to follow the popular vote unless their state constitution says they do. The state legislature decides, we're going to have this slate of electors or that slate of electors picked, and they're going to vote, and they voted for Biden. So Doug Mastriano and many, many others who want to attack the Capitol on January 6th, you're attacking the wrong place if you think the popular vote was stolen. The correct place would be to air a grievance peacefully with your state legislators. And Doug Mastriano, you're part of that body.
Senate lose the vote, not give a damn, run over the barrel.
Shitter with me. While he's taking a crap, all the facts point to Michael Kaiser murdered. His beds were the dating and the metadata. Happens we don't come to the office very much. Yeah, I'm more in favor of taking what someone says and doing a fact check, or if you already know it, explain the facts. Because so many debates, whether you rooted for Hillary or you rooted for Trump, both got things wrong, both got things right. And I guess as to who won, I guess if you bring it down to the election, popularity, Hillary won. Electorally, Donald Trump won. Who are we trying to convince? In America, popular votes don't really count. That's why all this bullshit that led up to the January 6th attack, I don't buy. That the election was stolen. Stop the steal. How it works is, in your respective state, you vote for who you want. that state legislator and that state's governor determine who won in that state. So picked, and they're going to vote, and they voted for Biden. So Doug Mastriano and many, many others who want to attack the Capitol on January 6th, you're attacking the wrong place if you think the popular vote was stolen. The correct place would be to air a grievance peacefully with your state legislators. And Doug Mastriano, you're part of that body. So for you to attack the federal Capitol because you resent how your state legislator picked the electors for Biden, you're a fucking retard, just like Generally Specific, whose PTSD was so bad that in the 2016 election, he couldn't even find his way out of his basement to go vote. He was triggered and just in a really bad place, and he couldn't vote. When we first saw that, we thought it was the 2020 election, but the dating and the metadata and all that, they figured out he was talking about the 2016 election, because most of us didn't know who he was until he started supporting for public safety, flipped, and started opposing for public safety. Can't remember the guy's name. It was a live stream. For a long time, Shiz Happens was putting out useful and accurate information on the events surrounding the murder of Donald Atwater Cameron Jr. Say what you will about Shiz Happens, she was always right on the money about everything she put out about that. Fast forward, another big YouTuber, I can't remember the guy's name, he got on board with the same facts that Shiz Happens has been putting out forever surrounding Donald Atwater Cameron Jr., and everything pointed to the murderer, Michael Kaiser, also known on YouTube as Fraudit Wrangler. Fraudit Wrangler is currently in jail for other crimes, and and his cohorts, J.J. Scarborough, Generally Specific, and all those lemmings who were in Fraudit Wrangler's chat all the time. By the way, I can't find it right now, but somewhere in the last 24 hours, Generally Specific said, he quoted somebody, basically the idea is you can judge a person by the company he keeps. They're having a hard time coping with the arrest and sentencing of Michael William Kaiser, Fraudit Wrangler. So they're now leaning on Generally Specific for someone to help them get through life from whatever armchairs, couches, beds, wherever it is they're not getting out of their house at. Which reminds me, those are the folks who this morning claimed they saw the video that I had just dropped moments before going into Subpar Gaming. We've already seen that. At that time, it had 0 views. I should probably check and see how many views are stopped. I can look now. All right, you booby doo booby tube. I put on Shadow Finkel. Did I put on the other one yet? I don't know. Okay, Shadow Finkel Shorts. It now has 76 views. Does it have any comments? No comments. 2 likes. Yay. Okay. But at the time that I mentioned that I dropped some knowledge about all this bullshit, the former Kaiser sympathies, lemmings, they claimed we've already seen it. You didn't see it. You may have seen it now. And whether or not you have an open mind to realize Generally Specific lied. He lied right to your faces on YouTube. Do you believe him or not? I mean, Kaiser lied to you guys for the longest time, and you still believe him, even though everything's unraveled and unfolded, and He's in jail, and yeah, you guys just you choose what to believe. Like kind of like the debating thing. Two sides can debate, no fact checking. Just who comes across as having 10 toes in their square, whatever the fuck that means. They say it from the chest, and you believe A or B, regardless if it's true or not. All the facts point to Michael Kaiser murdered Donald Atwater Cameron Jr., and you can't see it. All the facts point to Generally Specific lied about me going members only. Gee, Todd, if you only said something more accurate, like I've lost connection, or maybe allegedly in Minecraft, you know, that little cover you have, he went members only. It's impossible for me to go members only. I'm not monetized. I don't have memberships. I have subscribers, I have clicks, and I have views.
I wonder if I'm a member. Oh, he put it members only. Okay.
But he said it very matter-of-factly. He went to members only. You could have accused me of going private or unlisted. Private, I think. If you accused me of going private, no one could prove or disprove that you lied or did not lie. By saying very matter-of-factly that I went members only, it's very obvious that I lied. Did I lie? That's a tongue twisting. It's very obvious that you lied. And it's not so obvious to your chat audience, who are leftovers from the Fraud at Wrangler chat audience. It's not obvious to them that you lied. Members only. Can't do it. There was other things. I'm a little distracted by the meeting I just had. So I forgot what else to cover. Oh yeah, the call-in show. I called in. I went to his StreamYard, and he pulls up my voice without my image. I'm wearing my fuck Trump hat, and as we start talking a little bit, he mentions he's recently visited by Generally Specific.
When I spoke yesterday, I watched one of the other guys that comes here. Generally Specific came in and did a reaction video to my thing, which is fine. I don't mind.
I don't know if there's any other Generally Specifics out there except for Todd Bryant. But I was like, oh shit, fuck. Did I walk into one of those? Turns out he's also apparently at odds. Actually, he's not at odds with Generally Specific. Generally Specific is at odds with him. Generally Specific's one of those clowns. You're okay. You might be wrong, I might disagree with you, but you're okay until I see you on Finkel's channel. Fact the Madness, Sarah the Raging Tomato, Powder Dusty, you name them. If Todd was ever on a friendly or semi-friendly basis with someone and they came up on my channel, me, the guy who has free rent space in Specific's head, all of a sudden that person becomes a bitter enemy. I'll try and pull up some clips where, even though he disagrees with the issue, Generally Specific's very agreeable with the call-in show. With his, not point of view, but you know, did he basically, he says, did he argues, he debates honestly. Well, that all changed when Generally Specific saw him on mine. I did a little thing last night on tariffs, and I used rubber dog poop as an analogy. And I used Todd as a customer of rubber dog poop. Probably shouldn't do this while I'm driving. I'm thinking and negotiating with merging and stuff at the same time. All right, I think we got to go to Lowe's first. I'll go home, go to Lowe's first. Where was I? Jesus. All right. Shit, I forgot where I was at. He flips out and enemizes, and makes someone his enemy when they're seen on my channel. I probably talk the members only thing to death. Or something else. It may be that I cut a lot of this out, and well, you can look at the timestamps below, determine what I edited out, or how much I edited out. No, the dash cam doesn't run while I'm in my meeting. It'll come to me. Drive for a bit, and it will come to me. Where was I? What was I talking about? Those two big trucks scared me. Scary trucks. Okay. Brain hurts. Tariffs. Dog poop. Rubber dog poop. Tariffs. Okay. I'm almost there. Rubber dog poop. Tariff. Generally specific. Oh, right. This was going on at the same time as Todd's live stream, where he's claiming that I'm about to be a homeless person. My George Soros money's about to get cut off. And what he's doing is he's reacting to having seen his new debate partner on my channel. That scares him. He's paranoid, he's victimized, he feels like the whole world is ganging up on him. Actually, I'm quite surprised when he lost connection to my previous live stream, they didn't blame the Jews. If you say something bad about the Jews, they'll ban you, they'll block you, they'll shut you down. Dude, if that was true, you wouldn't be online right now. Rubber dog poop. There's somewhere else I was going with the rubber dog poop. I can't remember where. It's hard on the eyes. All right. Rubber dog poop. Think. All right. Interrupt this recording of the 16th of July here at 9:03 a.m. on the 17th of July because I've noticed something on the TV. And I'm hoping, here we are 58 minutes into this live stream, that fucktards like Sean Porter aren't watching. Maybe one or two folks who follow GSR, maybe one of you former Kaiser fans, I don't know. I want to point out a couple things. One, King Bluto, you're a fucktard too. He made a nasty comment while Benghazi Rabbit was up on stream on General Specifics, pouring his heart out over a personal, close, tragic loss. And King Bluto wants to post some nasty shit. It was on silent, so I didn't see the rest of the chat, but General Specific accidentally brought that up in the forefront. What do you say? Ben Gay Rabbit returned to the cesspool or some shit like that. The man's on live stream pouring his heart out. Now, Generally Specific, or one of his folks who like to share things that other people post. Since he doesn't watch my stuff, somebody please tell Generally Specific. GS Todd, listen to me. You put everything on members only, something you can do when you're monetized. You put stuff behind a paywall regularly. There's a lot of shit that you've said in the past that I can't find because I'm not a member. Okay, that's fine. It's your content. Do what you want with it. But Benghazi Rabbit came up last night and he poured his heart out and he spoke from the heart and he spoke from an emotional state. And Sean the fucktard Porter is out there looking for anything he can to defame Benghazi Rabbit with. Fucking put that shit behind members only or private until things cool down a little bit. I know it's drama. I know you want your fucking clicks and fucking views, but this shit is real. Something happened to line one. I'm not taking sides either. I get that you're not taking sides, but I'm leaning in favor of Benghazi Rabbit. That kind of emotion cannot be faked. That bullshit Sean Porter says comes clearly as bullshit. The guy he's an evil fucktard. And he will use, you know, the Fifth Amendment says about incriminating yourself, and they put that in the Miranda rights. They put that in the Miranda rights because anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law, or in this case, a court of public opinion. He's out there trashing Benghazi's name without any real fucking evidence. And it looks like Benghazi Rabbit has some real evidence in his defense. Todd, take that shit down. You can get your clicks and views later. You can get your monetized bullshit. I know your existence depends on clicks and views. I get it. But have some compassion and some thoughts about Operation Security, maybe. Take that shit down, please, for Benghazi Rabbit's sake. Because that shit, if Sean Porter gets a chance, so he's going to clip that shit out of context, and use it to further defame Benghazi Rabbit. Okay, I'm going to get off that bandstand right now because, as Joey Specific said to me in his Subpar Gaming channel yesterday, it's your content, do what you want with it. But don't sit there and you look illogical when you sit there and you complain everyone else is in a knitting circle, gossiping like a bunch of fucking cackling hens when you are doing exactly that in this situation. Benghazi Rabbit is going through something very harsh, and it's confounded with Sean fucking retard Porter pulling his bullshit. Stop being a part of it. I know you say you're Switzerland, you say you're neutral, but even inadvertently, you're fucking fueling the fucking fire. When I first saw it on Bao's channel, I like, okay, this is interesting. Let's cover this. And it didn't take me long to realize, one, it's none of my business. Two, we're playing on a personal tragedy. We're grifting on grief. You said that last night, grifting on grief. That is what you are doing with a monetized channel. Put that shit behind members only, or even better yet, privatize it. Privatize it until Sean Porter shuts the fuck up, or God forbid he's somehow proven to be right, which I doubt. I seriously doubt. I'm not Switzerland. I'm taking Benghazi Rabbit's side. Has nothing to do with how close or not close he is to you. All right, I'm going to shut up about that. Yeah, but King Bluto, I warned you a long time ago that the reason you're not seeing a lot of stuff that I'm educating you on is because when you had mods, when King Bluto was a mod, he would delete my comments when I'm being very friendly, very logical, very explanatory, and he would delete it, and I would go after him, and then you would attack me, not having seen what I posted. King Bluto is a piece of shit. God, I hope you don't give that fucker a wrench. And since you have the big wrench, take that shit down. Fuck King Bluto. Fuck Sean Porter. And I'm sorry, it is 9:09 a.m. on the 17th. There was something else that he said on that because I'm juggling between this work and the TV. I should probably get back to work. It'll come back to me. But as you see, I'm at the part where I'm having a brain fart about the poop. We'll get to that in 1 minute and 9 seconds. All right, Finkel, shut. Maybe I'll think better after I smoke. I remember. A rubber dog poop. That reminds me. Yes. Last night was an interesting night. I watched another Subpar Gaming where he is he's watching I can't remember the guy's name. He's watching dude having one of his call-in debates, and he goes to take a crap. Generally specific, he goes to take a crap. And while he's taking a crap, he's chatting in the chat. So he's sitting on the crapper, chatting. This is the same phone he uses when he's videoing his cooking shit. No pun intended, cooking shit. He's sitting on the crapper and he's chatting with his thing. And I don't know if he caught right away. If I remember correctly, he didn't catch right away that I was a guest on the call-in show. And the call-in show mentioned him. But while he's taking a crap, he's talking about every time he thinks he's done taking a crap, more crap comes. Which verifies 2 or 3 things. One, Todd is not healthy. It's not normal unless you're going through a diarrhea spell, and from the length of time he's spending sitting in that chair, I don't think he's having a diarrhea spell. There's something wrong with his intestines, where when he thinks he's done crapping, more is coming, and more is coming. Every time he wipes, more is coming. That's it. He wipes and more comes, which he articulates on his phone. He's not at his desk, he's remote from his phone, talking about how he's crapping, wiping, crapping, wiping, crapping, wiping, texting.
Alrighty, chat. Whew, that was an ordeal. That was what I would call an ordeal, my friends. Did you ever see the let's see. Did you ever see the video where the guy was like the guy was like wash shampoo in his hair? Back so soon. Right? You ever see the video where the guy's like washing his hair like at a beach, like at an open shower thing, and then there's a guy over the wall, he kept putting shampoo. So the guy's like trying to get the shampoo out of his hair. And the guy kept putting more shampoo in his hair. The guy was getting frustrated because the more he tried to rinse the shampoo out, the more shampoo was getting it. The more suds were being developed. Because, that's what it was like. Every time I wiped, it was like, oh, come on, no more? Oh, when is it going to stop? It was that, 4 or 5 wipe every time you poo kind of wipe, you know what I mean? With a hairy ass. I'm just saying, the struggle's real, chat. You didn't ask for it all, but you got the bonus deal. All free of charge. Look, you don't even have to have a membership, and you get the bonus deal over here.
That's gross, man. And that's the same phone you handle while you're cooking. That's gross, man. Okay, so there's something unhealthy that when you're not going through a diuretic episode and you wipe and the more crap comes, I think you need to get checked out, man. Don't want to violate any hip or anything, but you might want to get a colonoscopy, a rectal exam. Something wrong up in there. It might be all those made in China cheesy poofs. I don't know. It might be your age. No, I'm older and I don't experience that. I mean, yeah, I get it. If I have the flu and I have diarrhea, yeah, I can, yeah. All right. And the amount of time he went from wiping, crapping, wiping, texting, wiping, crapping, to the time he came back to his desk, I don't think he washed his hands. Ladies and gentlemen, when you take a crap, I get it. To get the big chunks, you wipe. But you also wash your hands, and if you are in the 21st century, you wash your ass too. General specific, this is why you're not getting blowjobs. You're not washing your ass after a crap. You're not even washing your hands. You know, when the woman goes down on you and you haven't washed your ass, it's not very pleasant for her. Not that she has much to go on anyway. You were in the Army. You were in Fort Polk. So you know about wash racks and all that clay mud from Peason Ridge, right? Well, I don't know, the role players, I don't know how much they did wash racks, but when I was at Fort Polk, we used the M113, and you know, we were usually attached or had attachments from other armored vehicles. And it's the same with Bradleys. I think it's the same for Humvees. You're an E5 Humvee driver, right? E5 Humvee driver. Okay, not very many of those. So you're a very high-paid Humvee driver. You never went to the wash rack. You don't just chisel all the mud off, all the clay off, which you do. You do that. You wipe. You chisel off all the clay off while you're waiting for your vehicle's turn to the wash rack. But then you high power firefighting water pressure and get more of the mud off. But wait, there's more. You still didn't get all that shit out of there. You still got to go to the bidet after the wash rack. You got to get up under there with a smaller powered hose and clean all that shit out of there. Your Humvee, your 113, your Bradley, your tank, not going to get very many blowjobs if that's your personal hygiene. You got to clean that shit. All right. So we established you don't wash your ass, and we established you don't wash your hands, and we established that when you're done crapping and you wipe, more crap's coming. May I recommend less China cheesy poops? If you went over the video where I demonstrated your rubber dog poop going from $4.95 to $11, I forget the numbers, $11 or something, you're paying for something that is very, very unhealthy for you. That is why you got all that baby fat on you. You got to be like me. Wash your ass, wash your hands, eat stuff other than cheesy poofs, and you got to get outside once in a while. Check out the Shadow Finkel channel. I have a playlist of me riding a bike, albeit an electric bike, riding a bike, rock climbing, hiking, kayaking. I'm getting out of the house and I'm keeping my body in motion and exercise so that my intestines aren't all fucked up. When I take a shit, this may be too much information. When I take a shit, my phone is not in the shitter with me. When I'm sitting there and my business is done, then I wipe off the big chunks. I scrape off the clay from Peason Ridge. and then I wash it. If I'm where there's a bidet, I use the bidet. If I'm not where there's a bidet, like I'm out there at Lowe's. I'm going to Lowe's. If I take a crap at Lowe's, I'm not going to take a crap at Lowe's. But if I take a crap at Lowe's, I'm going to use some pre-wet toilet paper and at least give it a basic wash down. If I'm where there's a bidet, like a home or a nice hotel, I'm going to bidet that thing. And or if I'm near a shower after I do the initial wiping, I'm going to step in the shower, and it can't be one of those showers that are fixed. You got to have a shower on a hose, so you can crawl under your tracked vehicle and hit the spots you need. You got to hit that spot there, and you will find that if your woman enjoys oral sex, she will enjoy giving you oral sex more than that other guy. Because, hygiene, man. Newsflash. All shit stinks. Even your shit. I know you walk around thinking your shit don't stink. I guarantee you, if you ate cheesy poofs and you wiped, your shit stinks. I don't have to smell it to know your shit stinks. Your wife knows that your shit stinks. Todd, just when the shit's coming out of your mouth on YouTube, your shit stinks. So, yeah, get rid of the shower head that's fixed, get a hose shower head, wash that ass, wash that hands, and by the way, my phone, unless I'm in a public restaurant and my phone's in my pocket, my phone doesn't come out while I'm sitting on the crapper and wiping. What the fuck, Todd? Even without that, crap, wipe, text, crap, wipe, text, crap, wipe. Even without that, a portable phone, a cell phone, a smartphone, is one of the dirtiest things in our possession. Even if we crap, wipe, wash, and then pick our phone again, even then, it's nasty. So stop with your cooking videos where you're handling the phone and handling the food. Are you feeding your family that food? What the fuck, man? This shit's nasty. Personal hygiene. All right. But I digress. All right. Yeah. Still can't remember the call-in show's name. So the call-in show comes on my channel, and Todd flips out. I don't know. He was in the crapper while he was playing that guy interviewing me. I don't know if he ever caught on that that was me. But in Todd's articulation and re-articulation this morning, apparently George Soros pays me money to be a subversive, and I use that money to pay others to gang up on him. This is how it is when you think the whole world is out to get you. When you live in a life of paranoia and fear, you'll pound his chest, say, nothing scares me, I'm not afraid of nothing. If it's time to go, it's time to go. He's scared. He's scared that George Soros is paying me to pay call-in shows. What the fuck is your problem? Whole world's against you, Todd. I mean, I get it. When you get a chat count of 70 people watching, probably 50 of those people are watching to laugh at you. Oh, and I tell you this. If you're live, if anybody's out there live, and I'm watching while you're live, you will see me in your chat. Even if it's just to say hi, or even just to make some corny joke about tripping over your thumbs up button, or your thumbs down button, whatever. I will not lurk. I will make a presence known. And like I did on Subpart Gaming this morning. So yeah, there's no way to prove it or disprove it. But last night, when you're spurging about me watching, I'm not watching. Which brings me to another hilarious point. And a lot of people do this. Doesn't matter what their politics are. Doesn't matter what their debate point is. Doesn't matter what YouTube channels they're for or against. A lot of people do this. Yours truly included. You will look at the camera and you will talk to Todd and wait for a response, even though right now the camera I'm talking to is in my car. I'm not connected to YouTube or Livestream. And I'll say, Todd, what the fuck's your problem? And I'll wait for a response like, what? You don't have an answer for me? That'd be really stupid when I'm doing it this way. But I've seen people, all sides of all issues, do this when the person's not I saw him a few weeks ago do this for public safety. He would ask for public safety a question. And he'd get a little flustered that for public safety is not answering. For public safety is one, not in the chat. Two, he's live at the very time that you're live. He's focused on his audience. He's focused on his subject matter. And you're getting all bent out of shape that he's not responding to you in your chat while you're live at the same fucking time. Todd, you're a fucking moron. It makes me wonder. When I grew up in Rome, New York, there were three parts of town. The Air Force part, the Italian part, and the Polish part. So between the Italian part and the Air Force part, I heard a lot of Polak jokes. I never understood why intelligence was somehow connected to, oh shit, I took the wrong exit. I never understood why people associated the nation Poland with stupid people. You heard a lot of Polak jokes. Because I was a kid and I didn't know better, I just kind of went with it. So I grew up telling Polak jokes. When I meet people like Todd, on the internet, who identify not as American. I've never heard him identify as American. He identifies as a Greek or a Spartan, and he identifies as a Viking. When I hear Greek, Spartan, Vikings, non-Americans talk like Todd does, I really have to scramble. Who got the idea of telling a Polak joke? It would make more sense with examples like Todd to tell Spartan jokes or Greek jokes or Viking jokes in the same format as a Polak joke. I don't fucking get it. Oh, that reminds me. I saw graffiti once that said, Johnson's Wax hates Polish jokes. Spell it out. Polish, P-O-L-I-S-H, jokes. Boy, I really took the wrong exit. Okay. North Kings Highway. North Kings Highway. That'll take me there. I'll take you there. Yeah. Same venue, blonde jokes. Now, you see someone like Pam Bondi, you understand where the blonde joke comes from. But you know a lot of intelligent people who are blonde. But you see people who don't have blonde hair, like Todd, you're wondering, why are they picking on the blondes? Because obviously there are stupid people who aren't blonde, and there are stupid people who aren't Polish. There's very much stupid people who are Greek, Spartan, Viking, allegedly, in Minecraft. I think I'm getting out of my system. I've sworn off Todd for the last few weeks. And understand he's been talking shit about me the whole time. I stopped really paying attention to him about the time he says probably members only or privatized. If I can pull it up when I get home, I will. But if I can't, well. He said, and yeah, the example I'm looking for is behind members only, which is what I would like Todd to do for last night's stream on the evening of the 16th of July. Hide that shit until this stuff blows over, because you know Sean Porter is out there looking for anything he can use. It is 9:29 a.m. on the 17th of July, as I say that again. let's finish. We're almost done, guys. We're almost done. If you're still here, thanks for hanging in there. He's referring to someone who is weaponizing mental illness. If person A is mentally ill and persons B, C, and D find out that he's mentally ill and they use his stupidity against him, his apparent stupidity, they're weaponizing his mental illness against him, like they do me. And he listed a whole bunch of people: Stone Vet, Fine Fix Finish Productions, Hill Pirate Studios, Finkel. When they pick on Todd, they're weaponizing his mental illness against him. I'm like, oh shit, he's admitting to being mentally ill, and he feels like that when we counterpoint him, like I'm doing right now, that we're weaponizing his mental illness. I thought, you know, maybe I'll leave the mentally ill motherfucker alone. But the mentally ill motherfucker, he's still talking shit about me. Not that I care, but I thought maybe once in a while I should answer to this nonsense. Where the fuck am I? I want to go to Lowe's. All right, that's Richmond Highway. Okay. I can't talk and drive at the same time. Wrong exit, wrong turn out of the office, wrong... and even when I realize what exit I'm on, yeah, I get all distracted. Okay, I'm going to Lowe's on Richmond Highway, Highway 1, and I'm dropping some knowledge on and about Todd Bryant, generally specific. And, okay, both lanes turn right. Yay. I'm gonna turn right here. My mama told me you better shop around. Oh, wait a minute. All right. Oh, hey, that's a red light, motherfucker. You can't do that. Oh, you did that. Okay. I guess if you do it and you get away with it, you can do that. Did anyone notice that he had Maryland plates? Maryland has come over here and they do that shit all the time. All right. Why is this not playing? Hey Siri, random shuffle my music.
Playing all songs, shuffle.
Thank you. Now I've lost the song that was up. Boom, boom, tch. Boom, boom, tch. Boom, boom, tch. Boom, boom, boom. Beethoven. No turn on red from center lane. Oh, maybe he didn't realize he was in the center lane. Wind of Change by the Scorpions. Alright, Let It Ride by Steelers Wheel. I don't remember downloading that. I should have been in that lane, huh? There we go, we got some greenness. That new car smell from the Star Trek movie, one of them. Alright. How Can You Mend a Broken Heart by the Bee Gees. Bird of Prey. Oh, more Star Trek stuff. Hotel California by the Eagles. Don't play it because they will kick that. No, you can't. Michael Jackson. I don't know about Michael Jackson. Heather Dale. After You've Gone. Hey You by Bachman Turner Overdrive. Unaccompanied Cello by Yo-Yo Ma. I just turned that down because I'm going to get copyright struck. What is it, 10 seconds, 30 seconds? I forget what the rule is. All right, what was I talking about? Generally specific. Your favorite topic. Not really my favorite topic, but yeah. Mental illness, weaponization. I'm not a fan of picking on someone because they are mentally ill. But if someone claims that they are mentally ill and they feel like your comments about them yeah, that's weaponization of it. But mentally ill or mentally stable, if they're going to keep talking about you and talking about you and talking about you, even after you've made it long clear you're done with them, every now and then you got to make a response. You don't have to. I choose to make a response. And this is my response. And I'm not really taking a lot of time on this because I'm doing it while I'm driving, even though I'm getting lost. I'm going to Lowe's to get some more string for a weed eater because while doing lawn maintenance on a yard that's about a 40-minute drive from me, I ran out of string. So I'm going to replace that because I don't live in a basement 24/7 like some cheesy poof eating motherfuckers we know. Hey, that's the Truest that I audited not too long ago. By the way, if I use any or all of this, I don't know how I'm going to upload it through StreamYard as a whatever format you get this in. Please note, I'm probably not watching, so I can't interact with you. If I do it as a live stream, it's pre-recorded, and I will not keep missing my turns. There's Lowe's. All right, I am at Lowe's. All right. Going to get the yeah. So if you're chatting, whether I do it as a premiere or a live stream, I'm probably not here right now, so I can't respond to your chats. And if I'm StreamYarding it, I can't pull you up for a discussion. So my apologies if I'm not interacting with the chat. Oh, I might just put up as a regular video. I don't know. We'll review it when I get home. I got some other choring to do. Boop, boop, boop. One thing about Lowe's, they like to reserve spots for veterans. I kind of wish they'd reserve spots for expectant moms or single parents with little kids. I mean, or combat wounded veterans, that'd be great. But if they have it, I'm going to park there. I won't turn it down. And well, looks like the veteran spot. Oh, there's one over there. Yeah, veteran parking only. Thank you for your service. Well, yeah, that's nice. But honestly, I would rather they over there is handicap. I'd rather they do combat wounded veterans or parents with small children, because I'm perfectly healthy. It's closer to that entrance for me than it is for the handicapped folks. It's not really fair to the handicapped folks, and that's why if these there's a veteran spot over there. If these spots were all taken up, I would never challenge them. Do you have your DD-214? I wouldn't do that because, to tell you the honest truth, I really don't give a fuck who parks there. I do give a fuck who parks in the reserved parking for handicap. And if they had expected mom parking, I'd care about that. I'm going to get my my weed eater string, and we'll see what this looks like and see if I upload it or not.
The thumbnail from. I imagine this guy is basically the equivalent of a homeless Finkel when Finkel like spins out of control. For those of you that don't know, and listen, I understand that maybe the religious commentation or conversations might not be for some of you. I myself am a Christian. I fully embrace the Lord. And there are some that are detractors. I heard somebody say something really interesting. Let me try not to butcher it. I think it was the Project Veritas guy. He said, you can tell your virtue by your enemies, or your values by your enemies, and your vices by your friends. I I don't have friends that are full of vice. Chris Ryder has friends that are full of vice. Okay. You can tell your values by your enemies. Well, my values, I think, are Christian. I love God. What's up, Lone Bolt? Good to see you. Finkelstein is so dull. Oh, you know him. Yeah, so we're going to be reviewing afterwards. Apparently, Finkel went and reached out to Sage Outcast and wanted to try to get him on side to come after yours truly. You know, it's kind of funny because my enemies are many, and yet here I stand without fear. Not really even looking over my shoulder, honestly. If God be for me, who can stand against me? That's what I look at it like. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share this. Jax Marley. Oh, God is good.
And that reminds me, who is this Lone Bolt fellow or miss, whatever he or she or it is? And how does this entity know about my real name, Norman? I keep a pretty tight lid on that. All right. It is 9:40 a.m. on the 17th of July. I got off work 10 minutes ago, and I see this completed in 1 hour and 35 minutes. Just in case my cohorts that own this co-own this StreamYard, that would be Muckster, Ariel, and Nikki. And if you ever want back in killing time, I'm going to keep it under 2 hours so that if you want to, you can make shorts. I'm finding out that you can do a much better quality short manually. It takes time. It takes a little effort. But yeah, it just works better. But you're more than welcome to do what you want with the 1 hour and 36 minutes before. But anyone's welcome to do whatever they want with this and anything I ever put up. His comments there at the end regarding he's a Christian. I've been dunking on him for over a year. Last I heard, he still hasn't read his religious texts. Maybe a third is what he said. Maybe a third is what he said about 6 weeks ago. Maybe a third is what he said a year ago. Maybe a third is what he said 14 months ago. Now, a little bit more on last night's stream. That's still not members only. Actually, haven't looked in the last 10 minutes, but well, no one's going to react because I'm recording this at 9:42 a.m. I'm not sure what time I'm going to release it. When I do, make sure you understand that I'm not really here. Okay. He points out that he has a hard time with time and dates. And now I get it. I get it. When we first became aware of him, shortly after he made that appearance on that live stream, and he had suddenly flip-flopped on Chris Ryder, sometime after that point, we're like, who is this guy? And why did he flip-flop? And why does he say things so retardedly? Remember I was talking about why do we have Polish jokes? We should have Greek, Spartan, Viking jokes. Why does he act like a Greek, Spartan, Viking? Well, because he is one. Okay. He clarified that he has a hard time with dates. He doesn't know 3 days ago from 6 months ago, from 10 years ago. And I get that. You know, I've noticed that a lot since the pandemic. I break my life down from this point of view into three categories: pre-pandemic, pandemic, and post-pandemic. So to clarify, when something happened, sometimes I had a comment. I had a comment the other day. Someone heard me opining on the trauma I experienced. Two big trauma events. Actually, a couple more, but the really big ones that stand in my mind is when I was 6 or 7 years old in England. My dad was drunk in the car. And the other one was May 17th, 1987. And someone commented, I guess they weren't paying attention, but I was very clear in that video where I separated those two things. They're like, wait a minute, you were 6 or 7 in 1987 and you're 60 years old? And they did one of those funny emoticons. I'm like, no. At this timestamp, I said 1987. And at this other timestamp, I don't remember the exact date. I'm probably 5, 6, or 7 years old. It's when we were in England, when Dad was in the Air Force, and Dad was actively drunk. Sometimes you have to clear shit up. But anyway, I'm digressing and dragging it on, and I'm sure if Muxer's watching now or later, it's driving him crazy. He's like, get to the fucking point, Finkel. Brevity, man. Brevity. I learned that word from Muxer, brevity. Oh yeah, and the Spartan Viking Greek up here, he claims that Muxer is low IQ. Yeah, I'd like to someday compare educations and do a general knowledge test. I believe Muxer would kick Todd's ass any day of the week in a general knowledge test. Okay, brevity. Where was I? See, I lose brevity, and therefore I lose where I was going. And it's an hour and 40 minutes of this stream. Oh yeah, time. He confuses time. Okay, so at one point, his words, not ours. We use his words against him quite often, but in his words, he claimed very literally that it was at or near his wife's 50th birthday, and they have been married for 34 years. We've used that against them many, many times because the math is simple. 50 minus 34 equals 16. Those are his words. Now, of course, a lot of the recent stuff is membership only, but the stuff where he was saying that shit is gone. I don't know if it's privatized or deleted. He feels free to say shit like this, like he did last night, because I'm not going to go back a year into where have we played that? We played it on Fine Fixed Finished Productions. They played it. They've played it on the one that replaced Fine Fixed Finish, Hill Pirate Studios. They've played it on Stone Vet. It's been played. Somewhere in my archives, I've played it. He said that it was his wife was 50. They've been married, not together, 34 years, and 50 minus 34 is 16. His words. He says shit like this all the time, and I get it. He's just fucking stupid, and he can't figure this shit out. Last night he's saying he didn't even meet her until after she was 17. One time he tried to clarify it and said he met and married her on her 17th birthday. Wow, that was a flex. He was responding to the 50 minus 34 equals 16, but he said, and no, I can't find the clip because members only and deletions, but scroll through the archives of Fine Fix Finish or Stone Vet or Hill Pirate Studios. They played it, and no, it wasn't fucking AI. Everyone playing with AI these days, but no, it was him on his, yeah, okay. He said 50 years old. He said 34, yeah, okay. And we tried to retract that. He said, I met her on her 17th birthday. And last night he said, I didn't even lay eyes on her until after she was 17. And we dated for 6 years before we got married. And somewhere else in that same video, he claimed he gets time wrong. Okay, me too. Okay. So I will back off to 50 minus 34 equals 16. Even though mathematically that's correct, 50 minus 34 is 16, but I will acknowledge that he's just a fucking idiot and doesn't articulate well. Like, I was an E5 promotable, and I've never been to the E6 promotion board. If you've never been to an E6 promotable board, you don't have that little P in the parentheses. It doesn't fucking work that fucking way. And early on, people were kind of confused about whether he was really a veteran or not really a veteran, or if he was really a veteran, he really did the things he did because of the way he articulates. He articulates stupidly. I actually don't think he's lying about being an E5 promotable. I think he's just so fucking stupid and so out of touch with his military service, he doesn't understand what it is to be an E5 promotable. I mean, for pay, it's an E5 is an E5 is an E5. You're going to get the same pay. The promotable means you've met all the requirements to make E6 staff sergeant, except for achieving the promotion points. Or maybe you have something barring you from promotion, like you're overweight, or you're injured, or you're non-deployable. But it's fucking clear. The P is promotable, and the P is obtained by completing the E6 board, the staff sergeant board. And if you go through the last year and a half of history of him talking and coming across stupid and contradicting himself, actually, I don't think he most of the time intends to lie. I've been calling him a liar for saying that I was members only on a video he was streaming. To be honest, I don't believe he was lying. I believe he was fucking stupid and doesn't know a disconnect from a private, from a delete, from a members only. He doesn't know the difference. But he said very matter-of-factly, as if he knows the difference, 1 hour, 45 minutes, he said very matter-of-factly, as if he knows the difference, that I put it behind members only. And I shouldn't call him out on his dishonesty. I should call him out on his stupidity. Todd is fucking stupid. E5 promotable. 50 minus 34. Maybe he met her after 17. Maybe he did wait 6 years. I don't know. But out of his own mouth, they've been together for 34 years, and she's 50 years old. And we've been married for 34 years. Oh, no, we've been together for... Yeah, the story evolves as he thinks about what he said, and he fucks it up. So E5P, the marriage, the relationship. I mean, to tell you the truth, we don't really give a fuck about any of this, except you're saying it, and then you're doubling down on it, and then you're forgetting what you say, and you say something else. 1 hour, 46 minutes. It's 9:51 a.m. on a Thursday. Not sure what time I'm going to release it, but I will definitely stop before 2 hours. But as I'm doing work and watching TV and listening to this play, other things pop in my mind. And because I'm a fucking geezer, I forget some of the other things that came on my mind. Let me see. Yes. He said he hasn't been to my channel in about a month. But in about a month, which is how long it's been since I've been in his channel, roughly. And of course, he has a caveat. I'm not very good with time. Okay. It's been about a month since I've participated in his channel. Whenever it was, he said about the weaponizing against mental illness. I backed off then, and I left him alone, except people keep texting me, emailing me, alerting me. Generally Specific said this about you. Generally Specific said that about you. And I would go to the timestamp, and yeah, he kept talking shit about me. And that's fine. I can take it. I don't mind if he talks shit about me. But I'm calling him out on pretending to not give me free rental space in his head. And I guess I have to admit, he's got some free rental space in my head too, because when people text me and said, he calls you Finkelstein, click, and Finkelstein, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, he did. 1 week after I ignored him, 2 weeks after I ignored him, that Finkel fucktard 3 weeks, it just every fucking time he has a live stream, I'm in his head. And yeah, when people text me, I say, yeah, don't text me about Generally Specific. Don't do that. All right, what are they saying me? Yeah, he said that. Yep, okay. But I got the smaller rental space. The big rental space is Chris Ryder. He's got the luxury suite upstairs. He's got the big suite. That guy's got more free rent space in Generally Specific's head than any other 3 or 4 of us combined. I mean, you can put Stone Vet and Hill Pirate Studios and Finkel and Muxter. We can all share a place in that head, and it's a smaller space than what Chris Ryder has. But hey, if you're a Generally Specific fan, or even if you're a Generally Specific hater who participates in his chat, or if you're in communication with him, please encourage him to take that emotional, heartfelt sharing from Benghazi Rabbit on the 16th, the evening of the 16th. Have him take that shit down, because you know goddamn well Sean Porter gets a hold of that. He's going to clip stuff out of context. And he's going to use stuff in the court of public opinion. As far as criminal court, Sean Porter, if you ever hear this, you ain't got shit. All you got is grifting on grief. Yeah, I stole that from Generally Specific. But Generally Specific, that's what you're doing too. You're grifting on grief. If you're a friend, if you're a friendly acquaintance, even if you don't like Benghazi Rabbit, show some compassion and mercy and take that emotional display of his down, at least until a time when Sean Porter learns to shut the fuck up. All right, 1 hour and 50 minutes and 34 seconds. It's 9:55 a.m. It's Thursday. That means I got to click end recording. I got to load up my weed eater, which that's a bitch. Stringing a weed eater, that was a challenge for me. That's worse than opening a childproof bottle. Got her done, and so I got to go check the mail and weed eat the lawn. It's a small lawn, but that's why I'm not taking a lawnmower. And the back area was pretty overgrown, so that's quite the project phase. I should be done with that today. It's going to be hot and humid, and it's more than just going out for a few minutes to put the chickens in or take the chickens out. It's actually outdoor stuff, which I highly, highly recommend to the guy who takes his phone into the shitter, shits, wipes, text, shits, wipes, text, shits, wipes, text, shit, wipe, text, ship, wipe, text, ship, wipe, text, ship, wipe, text. I'm going to end this recording now. Shit, wipe, text. Wash that ass, you nasty motherfucker.
Are you mad? Are you bothered? Just a little? You seem mad.